Okay, we're recording Maria. Maria, Maria, Maria.
Hello, Alan.
Do we have good voices or not?
I believe we do, don't you?
I think you're a better dancer than me, but I'm a better singer. No, you're pretty good. You're a pretty good singer.
I am an amazing singer. I'm an amazing dancer. I'm
Sure.
amazing at anything.
Okay, let's see you dance and let's hear you sing.
Oh, you know that jazz. Just a little sneak peek.
We have to do more of that future podcasts.
Yes, we will. I absolutely love.
So how's your life been this week before we get into the meat and potatoes of this particular podcast, which, by the way, we're going to be talking from my point of view and your point of view. What are the top 3 things that are the most important things that we want in a relationship from the other person? So we're going to get into that.
That's a good subject.
I know I'm going to have to think of them while we're talking because I don't know what they are. I don't know
Like
what they
you
are
don't
yet.
know them genuinely, right?
I think I do. I'll figure it out. But how was your week this week?
Well, my daughter was visiting me here in Tampa, so
Oh,
it's been
yeah.
busy.
How'd that go?
It went wonderful. It's been busy. I can say a little bit stressful too because I had to work, and then we just had other things going on. I just felt like I want her to see where I live now, and because I am new to the area as well, it was for me fun to explore. We went to downtown area. We went to parks around, some restaurants nearby. So it was fun.
Fantastic.
How about yourself?
I had a good, it snowed yesterday, so I don't think it snowed in Florida, did it?
No, it did
But
not.
it looks like Christmas. It looks like Christmas. It's nice, you know. But the
It's
weather
beginning to look a lot
like Christmas every day, everywhere you go. Yeah, right. Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 things. So we're going to go I think the best way to do it is I'm going to ask you what number 1 is, and we'll discuss that from your point of view. Then I'll tell you what my number 1 thing I would like to have in a relationship from the other person, a quality or a trait, something that's important to me or you, right? So let's start with you. When you think of an ideal relationship, obviously it would be someone like myself, you know what I mean? Like if you were to imagine yourself in an ideal relationship, it's going to be, after me, it all goes downhill from here. You know that, Maria.
I love your confidence.
Oh, I'm confident. You know, because you're going to try as many men as you want, and you'll come back to Ali Wally. You know that.
And you're gonna wait for me?
Oh, absolutely. Because when you love unconditionally.
Oh,
How many
that's
men
the music to my ears.
How many men will be able to love you unconditionally? How many men are sufficiently evolved that they could truly love you unconditionally? We'll see.
Let me come back to you on that.
I'll get back to you. Okay, so what's the number 1 quality that is very important for you to have from the person, from the man, that is you would put as the most important thing?
It's a quality time.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my love language.
Define that. Define quality time.
Yeah, thanks for asking, by the way, because when I work with people, we talk about it. People don't know the difference sometimes because for some people it means to be physically together, right? For some people it means talking. For some people it means, sending those postcards and say, hey, I'm thinking of you. Nowadays nobody's doing it, but like text, say, hey, I'm thinking of you. So for me, most important, I like to talk. Shocker. Yeah, so I love spending physical time together, but I don't require it all the time, except moments when, let's say, if it's lack of it already, right? So yeah, I don't need somebody talking to me like all day long, but let's say just to communicate, that's important for me, and that I feel it as a quality time.
Hold it, you're mixing 2. I just wanted 1 quality, not quality time and then communication. Let's just start with quality.
No, but that is my quality time. You asked to define.
Okay, you got me. Okay, so number one thing for you is quality time, including good communication with the person.
Yeah, spending time together, communicate. It doesn't, it doesn't have to be physically together, but communicate. Yes.
Okay, good.
How about you?
Oh, good. You asked me about me. I was wanting to make sure you cared enough about me. That you
Yeah,
would
I
ask
wrote
me.
it down here on my paper that I need to ask Alan questions.
I was ready to say to you, now, are you going to ask me, Miss Quality Time, quality communication? My number one quality, it's a little bit different than most people would say. The number one quality for me in a woman would be that there's nothing wrong with her being beautiful and caring about herself and caring about how she dresses and caring about how she looks. But you know, when a woman cares too much about that and is worried too much about what people think about her, and she could be insecure about her looks a little bit too much, and needs to get a lot of recognition or a lot of recognition, I would like a woman to be so solid in herself that whether she's dressed up or not dressed up, she feels great about who she is, and she doesn't need the positive feedback of other people for her to feel secure in who she is. That's the number one quality I look for.
Are we talking about quality in a person, or are we talking about things that are important in relationship? I think I got confused a little bit here.
It could be anything, whatever. Come on, don't ruin
It's
the
our
mood.
rules.
You're ruining the mood here.
Because you said equality in a person. I'm like,
forget
that
about
is
what I
something good
said.
for me too.
Is this all about you? We're coming back to you again?
Yeah, that's my turn now.
What's number two?
What is number two? Again, we're talking about quality of religion. It's the protection, the safety and protection. Those the simplest life rules for a man to protect a woman, and I can define what that is, right? Because in Stone Ages, protection was what? The woman stays inside, man is going hunting and stuff. Even though it would be cool to experience that for one day, but it's not the case anymore, right? Some women are really self-sufficient to provide their own as far as housing, safety, but it is still, if men able to provide safety where women feel safe to open up, when women feel safe to just be herself, if he can just say to her, I got your back, go do whatever you want to do, I got you.
So you're talking more about emotional safety and emotional support.
Absolutely, because right now, these days, women can do so many things.
It might include physical to some degree, physical, financial, but you're talking mainly about that feeling that you're being heard and respected and given attention.
Secured. Yeah, there is it's literally, I have friends that are saying, oh, I got your back. And I'm like, oh. Because I've been in this country, I've been on my own for almost 15 years. I would love to hear that. I love if somebody would say that to me. I got you, babe. Right. So okay. It doesn't matter whether it's physically, financially, or like protection from some danger. It's just in general that protection when a woman feels safe to be herself and do things that she wants to do and not to worry about anything else.
I will definitely emotionally support you in this view. The second point, I feel very supportive towards you.
Thank you.
That's a very good point, though. It's good.
What about you, Alan?
Oh, I never thought you would ask. I think the second thing, it's a bit superficial, I guess. Just like a lot of women like to be treated like a queen or a princess in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way. A lot of times women forget that a man likes to be treated a little like a king in a good way. So for a woman to at least respect me, she could be honest and criticize me and give me open, honest feedback. I have no problem with that. But when I feel like the woman gets me, she gets who I am and admires some of my better qualities like wisdom, communication, my career. So when a woman says, wow, you got such wisdom, like that'll take me for a whole day if I get feedback like that, because it makes me feel so good. So that would be quality too, to feel like a king, to feel like I mean something.
That's a good one. It's like words of affirmations, pretty much.
Yeah, and also I lived in the shadow of an older brother who was Mr. Everything. So all my life, I tried to fight to get respect. So I think that has a little bit of, that plays into it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, because what our main love languages really come from either lack of something growing up or from excessive giving things. So if you were growing up lacking that, voice, right, inner voice, that it makes sense why it's interesting for you, like why it's important for you.
So along those lines, Maria, do you want to share anything with me to show how much you admire me?
Yes, Alan, I admire your let me come up with it.
you have to go looking for it. You have to go searching for it. That really makes me feel good. I really feel good. I'm just teasing.
Well,
I'm just teasing.
I admire how you were able to build your program, the 9 Steps program, because I've heard that program.
Wow,
I've seen it. I know what is this all about. So I admire this inner drive of yours after being monk for XYZ amount of time. I don't even know how long, that you just came out and you decided, I'm going to build this. So I admire you for that drive to help people.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you. So what's your third quality? The final quality?
Let me think about the third. Yeah, because when I was listening to you, I was actually listening, not thinking ahead already. Yeah. Yes, because I don't know if listening it's a quality time or not. Because listening for me, it's also important because I could listen very well. And I also love when people, it's probably quality time, right?
Yeah, no, but quality time refers to a lot of things. Listening is one facet. So that would be a word, that would be okay as a point.
It's probably communication too, because communication requires listening and, expressing yourself. That's what I'm kind of challenged. I don't know if it's going to be something separate or it's a part of communication, because this is important to me, because I was growing up also not being heard at all. As a matter of fact, I was never existed. Not for my family. My cousins were always ashamed of me, except one. We were very close, and he passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago. My sister never even acknowledged of my existence. She's 9 years old. I mean, I get it. She's a kid of a different generation, and she just was ashamed to have a little sister. So it comes from it. So, and when I wanted attention from my mom, it was always not now. Now is not the time, or no, that's not true, or something like that. So at some point I just learned that I gotta keep to myself, nobody else around really interested in that. So listening is really important to me.
So listening is number 3.
I would probably put it very separate. And another thing, because English is not my first language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm so surprised.
You cannot hear my accent at all, I know. So the way I communicate and express myself is so creative because I speak multiple languages. So I come up with this crazy ways of talking. So sometimes people, they don't really understand me unless they know me very well. So but I'm not really upset with that or anything. Just saying is like sometimes people just maybe don't get what I'm saying.
I get it.
You do?
So listening, communication, you said about 3 things there, but they're good. They're all good points.
What was the other one?
We know feeling secure, feeling
That's
emotionally,
right.
Communication, listening, all these wonderful things.
Yes.
You want to know my third one?
Yes, I would love to, please.
My third one is fun and humor. I was brought up, I was too serious when I was young. And I love a woman who could make me laugh and fun and bring me out of my head, bring me out of being too serious. I'm better now than I used to be because I could be kind of goofy, but fun and laughter and joy is very important to me.
Really? Let me check with my list.
So did you enjoy our 3 points?
I love that. I actually learned a little bit more about you. I have something floating in the air. Just that is funny. Yeah, I learned more about you. I never actually knew that these things are so important to you.
Well, every time we do a podcast, we're going to learn more.
Right? I'm excited about actually. We'll see how.
This is going to be fun. We're going to have great podcasts with any of you people listening. If you have any ideas for topics that will be fun that you'd like us to discuss, send them our way. We'd love to use some of them. And before we go, Maria, let people know how they could get in touch with you. They might be so inspired by who you are and would like your coaching services. How do they get in touch with you?
Thanks for asking. People can book their session on my website, mariaegorovcoaching.com, which we are going to type on this video, correct?
Correct. You're gonna type it.
I will, because my name always gets misspelled. It's been 11 years. I'm used to it. Or the Facebook, because I'm so active on Facebook. I have both my personal page and business page. Either page, I'm really quick to respond.
Wonderful. As far as myself, if any one of you out there feels that your communication is holding you back, your relationships, there's things holding you back from attracting the kind of amazing relationships you'd like to have in your life, maybe anxiety, maybe fear, maybe insecurity, lack of confidence, that's what I do. I have a fast track system that will transform all of that very quickly. Just connect with me at alanknight.com. We could do a 45-minute evaluation and assessment. And I would love to just chat with you. Even if you don't take my coaching, it'll be fun to talk. So Maria, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to the next one.
Thank you, Alan. I can say it's likewise.
Talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody.
Talk to you soon.
I got to press the button.